I'm assuming because you guys have the same last name, you know the defendant, Daniel Conder?
Yes, unfortunately, that's my son.
Okay, all right. It shows here that you're suing him and you're trying to have him removed from your home. Am I reading this correctly?
Yes, that's correct, Your Honor.
Okay, have you started the eviction notice process?
I have my attorney working on it. I'm not sure where he is in the process.
Okay, tell us what's going on here, sir.
My son is 45 years old, and to the best of my knowledge, in the last 25 years, he's never held a job for more than a few hours.
I'm sorry, did you say a few hours?
That would be about the maximum, yes, Your Honor.
You mean over the past 25 years, his work history equates to a few hours?
If you could call it a history, I guess, yeah.
Oh, wow. Please continue, sir.
My wife and I have supported him for all these years, physically, emotionally, and most of all, financially.
Like they should have.
Hold on, sir. Hold on. I'll get to you in a second.
And the burden has become almost unbearable. My wife is ill now. I'm getting up there in years, as she is. The financial responsibility is, and I want him evicted from the house. I want him to have responsibility for his own life and his own well-being. We're pretty much washed our hands of him.
Let me ask you this question, and for the purposes of this court, I'm going to refer to you as Mr. Barry. Is that okay, sir?
Perfectly.
Mr. Barry, let me ask you this. Is he the only child?
Yes, he is.
Okay. Figures. All right. Mr. Daniel.
Yes, sir.
Are you okay with me calling you Mr. Daniel?
Call me whatever you want, sir.
All right, Mr. Daniel, sir. I show here that you are filing a countersuit against your father for the amount of $50,000.
Yes, sir.
Emotional distress. Clarify what that means, please.
Well, first of all, Your Honor, if you adopted a dog, you're stuck with that dog for the rest of its life, right?
Okay.
He decided to give birth to me. So pretty much him and my mom are stuck with me for the rest of their life.
Okay. Are you adopted, sir?
No, sir.
Okay. So you are the biological child of Mr. Barry Conder and his wife.
Yes, sir.
Your mother.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Now, when you say they're stuck with you, they're stuck with you for the rest of their lives. What does that mean exactly, sir?
That means like taking an animal into your home, it's now their home too. So if they gave birth to me, right, I'm there, I'm in the home, that's my home too. I mean, God forbid, I don't want this to happen, but they're getting, like he said, up there in age. I'm going to have the place anyway. So why kick me out now? In another 10 or so years, I'm going to be living there myself.
Okay. Are you aware of the fact, since we're going to use a pet analogy here, are you aware of the fact that at some point in time, the owner of that pet can get tired of it and throw the pet out at any time that they want?
Well, that means they're inhumane, which if he wants to be inhumane, which he's doing now, that's what he can do.
He can do that. Also, they can put the pet to sleep if they can't take care of the pet anymore, if the pet becomes ill or something like that. You're aware of that also?
First of all, I'm not ill. Second of all, that would be, and then I would get the house anyway, so they know they're not going to do that route.
Okay. You're aware that people bring pets into their lives for joy and pleasure to improve their self-well-being?
Well, I don't have like a lot of choices in my life anyway, because back in 2008, 9, when we had the market crash and all that, I lost my 401k. I lost all my savings.
So you did have a job back then?
Your Honor, I was VIP pilot for a jet company.
Okay.
Like I was big time.
Okay.
My dad and I used to hang out in his mansion because he's loaded. He's lying to you. He was loaded.
Okay.
He has the money to support me. And when I lost everything, I was really emotionally like distressed. So I decided, hey, I want to take a trip to New York City, clear my mind, relax. So I went to Central Park and I was feeding the pigeons.
Okay.
Right? While I was doing that, I happened to catch what was called like a bird flu, and it really messed me up. And the doctors diagnosed me, and now I can't get a job because
so what you're saying right now is you have a disability.
I have a disability. They posted this all over New York City. Beware the bird boy.
Okay.
And now nobody wants me to hire me, so I can't get a job either now.
I understand that, and I'm sorry that you experienced that. But my question to you is, why are you suing your father for $50,000?
Because I don't have any money to my name. He's loaded, right? Him and my mom are loaded.
Okay.
And if they want me out of the house, they're going to have to help me out a little bit. So I figured I'll leave the house, but you got to give me at least 50 G's so I can go out and get a place to stay.
You're 45 years old.
Yes, sir.
You said you haven't worked since 2008?
No, when I had all those issues.
Okay.
And I can't get a job now.
So for the past 16 years, you've been living in their residence off of their money, off of their welfare,
like
off of their care. And you think that you're entitled to that.
I'm definitely entitled to it.
How do you figure that? Because they
Because-
brought you into the world and it's their responsibility to take care of you.
Yeah, like if you are married, it's like till part, right?
You're
So-
not married.
Well, having a kid is.
And
the same
even
as-
if you were married, you still have the right to divorce that person and have that person out of your life. You are an adult. They have no obligation to you.
They do, Your Honor.
No, they do not.
They need to cook for me. They need to buy me a car, pay my
You
insurance.
are a grown man.
Yes, I know that. That's why they got to spend more on me and take
Part
care of
of
me.
being a grown man is being responsible for yourself. Babies cannot take care of themselves. Toddlers cannot take care of themselves. People who are in elementary school cannot take care of themselves.
I do a lot
By
for
the
myself.
time you get to middle school, you start to develop that skill set. You know what stuff is in the kitchen. You know how to feed yourself. By the time you get to
45 years, Your Honor.
I do so much stuff around the
By
house.
the time you get to
do
high
the
school,
dip.
hold on. By the time you get to high school, you go out, you can start working, getting a job, learn how to drive a car.
I
By the
did that.
time you are 18 years old, and in this state you are legal when you're 18 years old as an adult, you are responsible for your own self. Now, granted, you say you developed a disability back in 2008. And again, I am sorry that you went through that. But that man right there, Barry Condor, he is not responsible for you. He is not. What's your wife's name?
Joanne.
Joanne Condor. She is not responsible for you. Okay? They're not. They did their job as parents. They brought you in this world. They gave you the foundation. Now, once you get that foundation, if you don't want to build off that foundation, my friend, that is on you. They did not fail you. You failed yourself.
I didn't fail myself.
Yes, you did.
They have a
Because
responsibility.
if you were responsible, you would not be in this courtroom asking that man to give you $50,000. And where do you have the audacity to sit there and drag your parents into court and say, give me money? He don't offer you he should be offering you a damn thing. You know what he deserves to give you?
What's that, Your Honor?
Love. That is it. And the last time I checked, love was free. It didn't come with a price tag.
Well, it ain't coming this way because he shows me no love. He doesn't buy me anything I want.
He sits on the couch and eats potato chips and plays video
I wanted a new
games.
Xbox and he wouldn't even buy it for me.
So your love is gauged with materialistic stuff.
Yes, it is. That's how the world works. You owe me a lot. He brought me in this world. He owes me a lot. He's lucky that I'm here for him.
Bill Cosby once had a joke, and the joke said, I brought you in this world and not to take you out. Now, the funny thing is my mama told me the same thing, and I learned to straighten up. Now, because you didn't learn to straighten up, that is on you. But guess what? Today, like my grandmother used to say, you gonna learn. Your case, your counter for $50,000, you are not going to be granted that. The eviction notice, once it comes, you will be granted the eviction. The Mango Park Police Department will help drag him out of the house along with his stuff.
I'm not going nowhere.
That's right. You know what? When the officers get there, you make sure that you tell them that you're not going anywhere, because we here at Mango Park, we don't want you to be homeless. We have a place for you to go once you say, I'm not leaving.
You do? Well, guess what? That'll be great because I'll leave their house. I'll go to your house, and guess what?
No,
all
no, no,
y'all
no, no,
are
no,
going to
no.
pay my bills when I'm in jail, and I'm going to eat all day.
Well,
I'm
you know
gonna hang
what?
out
You know
all day.
what? We will make sure that you have 3 square meals a day and that you will have 24-hour housing. Guaranteed.
I'm looking forward to that.
I'm not sure
I am
about
too,
that.
Your Honor. I
But
am
sir,
too.
your request has been granted. This case is adjourned.
Thank Judge Porter. I think he made a very wise decision. Apparently, my wife and I made a very poor one about 25 years ago when we let him freeload off of us. So much of this is, I think, our own fault for spoiling him, and the spoiling went on a little too long. We want him to take his responsibility for his own life. And if you can't do that after 25 years of freeloading, I don't know, that can't be our problem anymore. We're getting up there in years, and we'd like to enjoy our so-called golden years, just the two of us, without Daniel. We've had enough of him, and I just want to, Judge Porter made a very wonderful decision, and he gave us our lives back. Thank you.
You know, I really don't feel positive about the judge's decision because I feel if you're going to bring a kid into this world, then they should be with you for the rest of your life, whether they move out and decide to go get their own place and all that, or stay in the house. I mean, I'm going to get it anyway, so why not just let me stay there now? Who cares? They want to live their golden years together. They're going to live their golden years with me involved in it because I'm part of them. They made the decision 45 years ago to have me. I'm here to stay, and I'm not leaving. I don't care what the judge says. I don't care if Mango Park Police want to try to get me out. I'm not leaving, man. I'm taking over that house. So, you know what? Come and try to get